Hello. I'm a little early. No one fall over. Hello. Hi, Juan and Moanne and Alien. Thank you, everyone, because I know this has like been moved 3 times. And I moved to Scorpio. I was gonna try to like record Scorpio and Pisces. Hello, Teresa. Because I've been gratefully busy catching up on the special. Hi, Amber and Nikki. And so, and just having like transits and some stress stuff. So I'm not going to try to do all 3 water signs in one night because that would be cray. So instead, I'm just going to give Cancer my undivided attention, and then we will reconvene. Hello, Alexa, long time. And Samantha and Odette. Hey, Odette. What's up, girl? And Anastasia. Wow, that room filled up quicker than I thought. I thought I'm just gonna go on early. Nobody will be there, and then it'll just be a quiet Cancer reading. I never allow myself to think, like, right? And I'm all excited for like 10 whole people. This is how I know I have mastered the expectations part of my Cancerian journey. Okay. So speaking of Cancerian, we're here to look at Cancer for obviously mid-February into mid-March now. And this will, hey Jackie, and this will take us, so this reading will take you into mid-March. If you did not see the first 3 months, that one is up. And I know everybody's been telling me it looks like I have no videos on the channel. YouTube changed its settings, so live videos you have to go looking for them, which is all I do. Hi Renata. Hi Zoe. So I swear they're there. I think I might make like a little thing to put on my channel to say, hey, you gotta go over and like press the live button. So I apologize that it's harder to find. But anyway, we're doing February. Hello, Valerie. And we're going to look into the energy of our Cancer placements and our 4th house placements. We're looking at the energy that kind of dropped off at whatever moment you're watching this. If you found it, it's for you. You know, you'll find things when you're supposed to. But before this now moment that you are joining energy with me, we're going to be looking at what energy kind of contributed to where you are at this moment. Then we're going to be looking at agreed, Alien, Wayne. Then we're going to be looking at other energy, and others, just whatever other energy is impacting your life the most. Who are you thinking of? What's stressing you out? What excites you? Who do you wish to come back in? Who have you struggled with? Maybe that's you. Maybe you're struggling to like release a part of you, step into a new part of you. Often, especially in this community, we're always working on ourselves, right? To recalibrate that antenna for who we're bringing in, or how we navigate relationships. So often it can be ourselves. You know, sometimes it's the demons that we struggle with, and sometimes it's the demons that we snuggle with. But I am excited to look in. And then there's the alchemy of how those 2 energies affect each other, because often what somebody says and what they mean are 2 different things. Not because people are liars, but because people are vulnerable, they guard themselves. Because people... I already look, I just realized I better warm up this light because I look like this. That's okay. I don't have to look good. I just have to bring the messages. So sometimes people feel vulnerable. Sometimes they want to keep their cards close to their chest. Sometimes they just don't have great communication skills. Sometimes everybody's editing, you know, that thing when it's like, you see somebody typing and then it stops and then they start typing again because they edited what they were going to say. So people do that in real life too. So then what we're doing is really bouncing off the energy. So that's that alchemaic row in the beginning. How are all of you? Virgo, baby. Jackie. Oh, so this is good. This is like Cancer is getting over some grief. Wow. Straight out the gate, there's a lot going on here. Sorry if that was like obnoxiously loud, everyone. Wow. Okay, Cancer. So February, March isn't going to be, I mean, February really isn't light astrology anyway. I don't know anybody who's feeling like light in this February. But you guys, okay, I don't need a personal reading. Hi, DeRay. That's a very sweet thing to say. If you miss this face, then I know you love me. This is my no makeup, end of the day, circle showing. That's how I do. Well, not all of my, usually I'm a little neater, but it is the end of the day. Wow. Okay. Oh. Listen, could you be dealing with, you know, your own stuff here? Yep. Could this be work stuff, mother-in-law, family? Also, yes. I'm going to tell you, this looks like a love reading to me, and I think there's more than one. Hi, Adva. I think there's more than one or two energies involved here, and I think that I think there's you, and I think we start with one energy, and I think we finish with two possible energies, and this is very interesting. Very interesting. You do have a reading with me next Friday. I look forward to it, Teresa. Thanks, Dolly. Hi. You start off coming out of the energy, or like being dropped off in this now moment after a time of grieving or sadness or stress. This can be over medication. This could be like feeling the need to distract yourself from sadness, but you're coming out of it. It feels like, and I like, for the new people that haven't heard me say this, I know pretty much everybody in the chat has heard me say this. It's like when there's stuff that hasn't processed, or we're not looking at it, and then it makes us operate in this procrastinatory slightly depressive way. We're unmotivated, a little bit more tired, feeling drained, feeling pulled down, not really feeling inspired very well. maybe a little waiting energy. What's going on the other side? These gorgeous cards, and this is the Dream Keeper's Tarot. Isn't that beautiful? That is their Judgment card, right? So it was upside down. So when I have Judgment upside down, believe it or not, and I know some readers are going to be like, really? But I see that as possible somebody wanting to come back, or because it's past, present, future. Right? It's usually the 3 trumpets. Yeah. It's like looking at the past to like figure out how to show up in this now moment that helps shift the future that we want to walk into. Sometimes it's Judgment. But also when I see Judgment in reverse, it can also mean releasing shame. Overdue, releasing shame. I feel like that there's a dual thing going on in this person's energy. Might be a little shame release. It might be a little, they're questioning how they did things before, and maybe that they want a little bit of a do-over to make different decisions in a new now moment to shift what future looks like. The alchemy in between you two, I don't see communication, but there is the Knight of Cups. There is a want of the gesture. There is a want, and this is not like a love bomby Knight of Cups. This is a very, look at how she is like either uncovering. You can look at this is where perspective comes in. Some of you may see her as wrapping up something of love, right? There's a treasured cup. It's the Holy Grail, y'all. And it's special. And is she wrapping it up to bury it, to take it someplace, to keep it safe, to keep it cherished? Or is she unwrapping it? Hi, Tanya. We really can use our perception here and decide whether she is unwrapping a treasure or whether she is keeping a treasure safe and away for a while. But what I think we can agree on is that that is no one tossing a cup. She's not running with the cup. She's not on a horse. She's not, this is a very different, it's a gentle energy. Hi, Jamie. It's a gentle energy around this. You know, maybe I needed to be in this quieter energy to do Cancer's reading, because this feels like somebody said, why don't you do shorter readings? I would love to, but it seems like whenever I take my cards out and they go on the table, there's some deep unfolding layers of stuff. Hi, Doretha. Girl, I sent you an email. So we have somebody that's like getting over grief, wanting to maybe participate back in life, possibly having some waiting energy. And that is my, and flip this how you need it to be. If you're cross-watching, or if you feel like the stories are reversed, it's an energy and the other energy. We have somebody who who wants a second chance at that redemption of the judgment, of having a new now moment to rethink how they handled the past and go forward a different way, to have a second chance at reshaping the future. And we have something clearly very special, very precious, being either unearthed again or being put away for safekeeping. Now, normally I don't clarify that first row because it's in the past, right? And so we're not as concerned. We're not as interested in what already happened. We just know that that is what's contributing to the place we are now. Very interesting cards. Over here, that is the Ten of Wands. If we look really closely, do we see the little skull? Some of you may be dealing with Scorpio energy. That's a like, that does not make me psychic. Cancer and Scorpio are like peanut butter and jelly. It is the Ten of Wands. It is time for pain to end. What I think is incredible is we see her trying to see her reflection through the dried, dead, branches and the new life that's growing. There's definitely a death and rebirth theme to this Ten of Wands, because the 10 means that that's a chapter closing, and what happens at an ending is that we get a new beginning. So she's trying to see herself in the new beginning, and there is the skeleton, there is the old version of her still just lingering. So Cancer, something in your life that you've been carrying that has not been yours to carry, it is time. Oh, by the way, do you all see this? My peach had that painted for me. Isn't that amazing? It's a little, I don't have one for every sign, but she had that done for me. So I have it proudly on display from my peach. So this Ten of Wands is coming because, like, you did the grieving, you did the processing. See what I mean? You did the grieving, you did the processing. And now, what does the new version of you look like, Cancer? After you put down that pain, and it's like, you're right there. You're right there. You just have to, like, walk through the door. You just have to, like, put down the rest of the wands. I don't want to hit myself in the face with an ice block. On their side, this is very interesting. This is such a strong connection. I'm going to tell you, this is a strong connection. Agreed. Connie Jo is sweet and she is awesomeness. There's a lot of connection. It's deep. Look how precious that cup was being treated. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of change. I wish the timing was different in this reading. We're going to clarify that Ten of Wands. We're also going to clarify what they get on their side, which is justice. So, of course, this is the card for Libra. But I always say that balance doesn't look exactly like balance scales. It goes up and down, and so like this, what I gather from this, because like the Justice is faceless. If we have somebody who wants a new chance at redemption, and now that there is Justice, and if we look really closely, these cards are incredible. Who made them? Liz Houston. And look at the giant book. You like look at the card. Look at the giant book. You get with it? Even the back of it is gorgeous. But the artwork is just, I love it. If we look, it looks like what I would call a Bobby, an English policeman, it looks like, at the bottom. And she's got all of her lights all over the place, her lanterns, but there's also a book. She's got all four. She's got a sword, she's got a book, she's got four kind of elements, but she's faceless. There's butterflies all at the bottom. This is transformation. This Justice, I don't feel like anyone is giving this other person justice. I feel like this feels like it was battled for. And I feel like this person had to grow strong. Again, switch this how you have to, if this is you. But this person had to grow strong despite the challenges, and it's like the person that should be acknowledging it, like the end of justice that should be acknowledging it, is very small and just making such a subtle like show of acknowledging the justice. So I don't think that this is somebody who is used to getting acknowledgement. I mean, again, I feel a little bit of shame release. So if this is somebody you've been out of contact with, that you've been sad, that it like, we'll clarify. I feel a shift. It's just that it feels like some of the shift is going in two different directions. I feel like for many of you, this is not someone you've spoken to recently. I also feel like for some of you, which is so Cancerian, is that you almost don't need words. Well, there hasn't been conventional communication. You've never really been out of communication. That Cancer spidey sense, you know, is felt on both sides. In this center, the alchemy between that 10 of Wands and the Justice. So we have a chapter closing and a major arcana. They've got major arcana all up their side. And we have 3 cup cards on the table for our Cancer reading. The 9 of Pentacles. Understanding that you are the abundance. You know, I was just having this conversation earlier with somebody, with a client, about like there's a shift. And for the first time, we have generations, which it might not occur to people. I'm not super ancient, but I remember having to check a woman by her husband's name and having to have her fill out her husband's name when she was applying for a store credit card for a retail chain that I worked for when I was in high school. We're at, like, it is far more, you know, I talk about this all the time. When we talk about, like, Ruby Bridges is only in her 60s. That did not happen. She's only 10 years older than me. Maybe 12. Like, That stuff did not happen that long ago. Women we're just now at a generation where, of course, they're all applying for college, and like, why wouldn't they? But it wasn't really that long ago. Again, I remember they had to fill out their husband's name for a store credit card. 2017, when my father passed and we surrendered his social security card, my mother's credit score dropped like 300 and change, almost 400 points. Because even though at times she made more than him, lots of times she made more than him, she paid the bills. She hi little John, she wrote the checks. She kept the books. She made sure everything was done. That was her. The reason that everything was perfectly paid and the credit was perfect was her. When he died, her credit score went to the point where she could not even get a credit card at the mall. That was 2017. After they were married 50 plus years. All of her life's work, she worked her whole life. She was working when they met. She was never just a house mom. And all of everything, all of her credit history disappeared because her husband was no longer in the picture. It was 2017. She would have been on the deed, but she technically wouldn't have been on the mortgage, even though all those loan papers had both of their, but they weren't, right? So we are really, when I tell you we are in a new phase of, and the reason I'm saying this, there's a reason, is because we don't have to any longer need a partner. As women, we do not, and this is for men and women because I think this is such an aha moment for both sides of the coin, but for any partnership, regardless of gender. We live in a world where anyone can go and live a life on their own. We now can pick people just for the company and for the health. We are now living in an age where we're talking about our own emotional wellness, our own, we want interdependence and not codependence. We're having these conversations. And so understanding that you are the abundance and that any company that you keep can just be because you want to keep their company. I used to say that all the time. Years ago, before I feel like it was popular, and I'm not saying that to toot my own horn, but I would say that all the time. People would be like, oh, your inspection is out, or you have to hire I'd be looking for a plumber. They're like, oh, you just need a boyfriend, you need a whatever. And I was like, I don't need anybody. If I want you, I want you. And isn't that a nice prize to know that, like, if you're with me, it's not because I needed something from you. I'll want somebody when I want them. I don't need anybody. Right? A little bit of hyper independence, a little bit of trauma response, but still, this is truly becoming more of a universal reality for both. Not that it's not easier with two incomes, not when it's, but we don't need somebody to get a mortgage or do any of these. Like, you literally did to get a credit card. I was in high school. Things are changing. What's interesting is that sometimes we know this intellectually, cognizantly, we know this, right? We know this is a fact now. Duh, women go to college. Duh, women have high-paying jobs, right? We know this. People can function on their own, right? You can get roommates, like whichever side of the coin you're on, it doesn't matter. But internally, we are still taught that there is something that solidifies our ability to be masculine or feminine, doesn't matter, that solidifies our worth when we are wanted by others, that somebody else can't live without us. And as we are living in a world where we universally accept that either gender, or anyone, I should say, can live a life on their own and only keep the company that they want to, not that they need to, but we still haven't universally accepted the idea that somebody else's desire of us, or how we feel acceptable to other people, also does not determine our internal worth. Not whether we can minutia sustain life, but whether we feel worthy, whether that, so Cancer and whoever this person is, you're both, this one's coming back for redemption. This one is going to give themselves their own justice. It seems overdue. You are finally putting down a pain that you have been carrying that was never yours to carry for a long time. And then who do we have here? The Nine of Pentacles in the center. Knowing that you are the abundance, knowing that no matter what, I always say the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, great fucking partners. You want to know why? Go ahead. You can have it all. And if it all burns down tomorrow, they're going to help you build it back up because they know how to do it, because they've done it for themselves. It's upside down. When a card is upside down in play on my table, what it means is that you understand it. You know it. And you just haven't accessed it. You're not practicing yet. You both, this person wants redemption. This person wants and is giving themselves justice. They're not still fully, and neither are you, and switch it how you have to. Understanding your worth has zero to do with whether you're acceptable to another person or not. Whether you're likable, lovable, whether they stay with you no matter how much you give. Oh my God, Cancers. No matter how much you make the environment healthy, no matter how much you give, no matter how much you're willing to do what the other person did and a little extra. You are really on a precipice of breaking into a new, stepping into new skin, where you really, really are ready to let this go. We're going to clarify that justice in the Ten of Wands. I feel like I could do this whole reading just on what's here. We don't have to clarify. But I can't not clarify for you when I clarify for all other 11 signs. So, the energy that they're stepping into is the Hermit in reverse. It's time. It's time. This is how I'm so sure that all of this is somebody that you haven't really been. I think you will hear from them in March. The Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Reciprocity. Mutual understanding. Meeting each other. Exactly where the needs are, where your needs need to be met. This is Venus in Cancer. It is feeling like your heart is safe with another person and they feel like their heart is safe with you. I now can't wait to clarify. I don't think anyone, and I'm wishing you that there's a switch into abundance. There's the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and now we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So first of all, this is very Cancerian energy for me. This is sometimes how I see a softer energy around a male figure that is learning to tune into their emotions, because it's Capricorn in reverse. King of Pentacles, right? So it's like, if I am looking at, for a personal reading for somebody and they're asking me like what sign, or I'm trying to get things around information, This, I will see this as Cancer. But like somebody you wouldn't think as Cancerian. Somebody who's strong, but still soft on the inside. But in this case, I'm not going to lie. I'm reading this as wondering if we have the love, we have the schmoopy, we have want, right? Do we have the staying power? Or are we just going to be an emotional roller coaster again? All right. I already picked out the cards ahead of time. And for anybody who wasn't here in the first 2 minutes, I'm doing Scorpio and Pisces. I can't do more today. So I'm doing those Saturday. Kind of afternoon, 11 a.m. Eastern. So I guess morning if you're on the West Coast, and afternoon if you're on the other side of the pond, as many of you are. And then Connie Jo and I are going to do, let me know, I'm so glad I have like 26. Connie Jo and I are going to do on Sunday, probably about like 1:15. We're going to do an Ask Suzy and Connie Jo. How does that sound to everybody? You can ask us a question like, is my person coming back? You can ask a question like, what does this mean in my chart? You can ask us, how do I get more in touch? You can ask us whatever you want to ask us. How does that, hi Carrie, how does that sound to everyone? Please leave me a comment either in the comments, or I'll schedule that as soon as I'm done here. Oof. Oof. I like that. Yeah. So 1:15 Eastern on Sunday. We were supposed to do it last Sunday because I was like, oh, Connie Jo, we should go live. We should go live. We should go live. And she was like, she didn't really call me a nincompoop. She's like, it's the Super Bowl. You already have a question. I love it. Yeah, and so we decided it could be whatever question you wanted to ask. Wow, Cancer. All right, so as soon as I'm done with this, I will schedule it. But just look so you get notified in case I move it. I'm trying to keep up. I am. All right. Let's... I can't believe how that 10 of Wands got clarified. Tell me how justice gets clarified by another reverse judgment. I did say timing was at hand here. Okay. Yeah, but it's Daytona Sunday. LOL. Every Sunday is Daytona Sunday for Connie Jo. Hi, Divine Life with Heather. But it shows the payment went through. Is that normal? Oh, Heather, email me at, just go to my website. There's a contact at the bottom and email me so I can take care of that for you. Absolutely. I want to take care of that for you, but I'm like in the middle of a channel. So I didn't know which Heather that was. I have quite a few. So that was you. Okay. Yeah, just go to my website, SuzzyEvolutionary.com, and then just go to the contact, and I will get it. I promise you will take care of it. Okay. One more. We're going to clarify this Hermit. Wow. Talk about precipice. It's like the alchemy is all in either in hold or in precipice. And it's like nobody wants to be super vulnerable, which makes me feel like I want to double down on that 10 of Wands telling me we're dealing with. I talked about the song by Madison somebody called Keep Me in the Rear View. And that's what this card reminds me of. I have to tell you that this is like somebody trying to see the new future without that person. And they're having a hard time. It's like that person, even if like they've given up hope of it happening, this makes me want to cry. Who is this that's doing this to me? It's like common sense, or that's not the right word. Like the pragmatism and the reality of the situation is that it does not look like this is going to move forward with the two of you together in the way that you would want. But like, they're coming with you anyway. Why does that make me cry? Who's doing that? Like, no one else sees you there, but I carry you with me. Woo! That reminds me of what I said to my dad. That whole like, carry your heart. I carry your heart in my heart. Give me a second. I'm gonna clarify this last card. That just hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm not even done clarifying. I wasn't even there yet. And I heard it. Wait, what are... that's a good distraction from what I just got hit with a ton of bricks. Juan is wearing a purple leopard print cat suit. What? Wait, for what? Oh, stop! I cannot believe this reading. Okay. Oh, for Fat Tuesday. Isn't that about donuts? I get to eat donuts that day. That's all I know about Fat Tuesday. Fashnots. Spend some time in PA. Yeah. Yeah, this is like very, very... When I told you I felt a really deep connection, and I told you I felt more than one energy, and here it is. Nope, if you want to come out, you'll come out. One more. We need one more. Holy Bazzoli. This reading is... We're going to finish off with an oracle. I should have said that in the beginning. King Cakes. I'm coming down to visit Juan. No, just kidding. No, you can't promise us purple leopard suits and then say just kidding. We're gonna need pictures. There's a community page. I'm happy to oblige. I knew there was... I was not going to be able to do more than this reading tonight. Because I love being with you all. If anything, you guys are like an energy boost. I just knew. This Ten of Wands that keeps making me cry. Is clarified by the Empress. Now, she's the Empress. It almost looks like she's giving a glowing middle finger. Am I crazy, or is that what that looks like? She's also a magician, because while it looks like she's giving us the finger, it's really sparks. It's like, I have all of this magic. I know I'm the motherfucking empress, and I am sitting here on this by myself. I mean, she looks a little jaded. This is the steampunk tarot. The Queen of Wands in reverse. So as we're laying down the 10 of Wands, we're still not fully feeling in that place where we are. I mean, as a Cancer, I can say I don't feel fully like the Queen of Wands part of me that I know how to embrace. Because like for me, the Empress and the High Priestess, the Empress is like the culmination. It's the CEO. It's the feminine CEO of the tarot, right? It's all 4 signs. So within the Empress energy, we have all 4 queens, but the Queen of Wands, not so much. And then we have 6 of Cups. Now, some of my cards for 6 of Cups really feels like inner child healing. This one, I gotta tell you, it's the childhood sweetheart. It's almost like, okay, I'm good. I have all this magic. I know I'm the Empress, but you cannot make me feel excited about other people. I still have this ghost of a person whose heart I carry with me. And I'm going to say that this connection is possibly either this dance has come in and out quite a bit, or this is, I still feel like this is, I said it right away, I don't feel like this is somebody you've talked to for a while. It's a deep connection, and there is connection, but I don't know that it ever fully ever got off the ground, or there's always been feelings. Let's look over there. For that Justice card, that it feel like they really had to work for, but they feel still a little faceless. I don't think this is somebody who feels very seen. This is, honestly, this Justice card reminds me of something my mom used to have on our refrigerator. It was a cutout cartoon of Peanuts, of Charlie Brown. I'm really fucking old. I just said Peanuts. And it used to say, wetting your pants around here. No, it did not say that. I'm so tired. It said doing a good deed around here is like wetting your pants in a dark suit. It gives you a warm feeling, but no one notices. And that is like, this person worked so hard, and I think they still do not feel seen. We are faceless. I want to take a fun bus to Juan's house. Let somebody organize that. People, if you're not in my chat, then where are you at? Because this is where all the twisted, funny people are. If your life is boring, just come hang out in any one of my chats, because everybody is twisted, but kind. Which is how I like my people. And very funny. It's a good time. Even if I'm crying, it's still a good time in the chat. All right. We have the Temperance in reverse. We might have a little struggle here with this person, may have a little struggle with drinking, depression, overindulgence in something, anything that is an unhealthy coping mechanism. It is funny too, because we have Judgment again in reverse again, but this Temperance card reminds me of this Judgment card. Whatever had to happen for them to allow themselves a chance for retribution, allow themselves a second now moment, they really had a process. The Six of Swords, again, we're at a lot of precipice. Like, you're letting go, but you're taking them with you. You're the Empress, but a little like, okay, great, I'm the Empress. What the fuck does that get me? Because I'm sitting here by myself with all my magic. And the Queen of Wands, you're not feeling back to, you're like, Stella has not gotten her groove back. The mojo is not back. Hi, Kate and Moanne. Right? And so there's a lot of everything on the precipice. Everything's on the edge. And I mean, this is February, because February feels like this, right? Six of Swords, they know they have to move. They haven't yet. It is very clear to them. They are in rough waters. They have to move out of that. I kept telling, from the very beginning, I felt another energy that would make this like 3 energies on the table instead of 2. And I think that is, I'm going to be careful when I say this. Because Cancers, those hoes are loyal. So I'm not accusing anybody of anything. There is third energy somewhere, but there's also not been communication. There has not been, I don't see physicality in this reading. And so I think that that is one of the reasons. I think that that's why this is being so tenderly cared for, because it's not time. But now in the Hermit, as we come in, I'm telling you, mid-March into end of the March, there's huge, I mean, this is huge shifts from the energy available to you now to what's coming in. Clarifying that Two of Cups. Oh my God. The Two of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Cups. Isn't she cute? I want her outfit. She's so cute. The Knight of Cups. But this is a feminine presenting. A Knight of Cups. I'm always curious, what does everyone think is on her face? If we look close, do you see that white patch on her face? I know the camera takes like a second to... What is on her face? That always fascinates me in this card. Because otherwise, she's perfection. And then there's this white blotch on her face. And it's not my card. My card isn't ripped. So we have the Knight of Cups. Somebody coming in with a message of love on this Two of Cups. It might be you, Cancer. It might be you extending one last time to the shadowy figure that you're carrying with you anyway. We have the King of Swords coming in for this Two of Cups. Now, if you've been here before, if you haven't been here before, I'm going to tell you, I stan for Gemma of Gemstones Tarot. I love that woman. She's brilliant. She's funny. If you're not following her, go follow her. If you are in her Cancer collective, she has been talking about King of Swords showing up in Cancer's reading for months, and then he'll go away and he'll come back. So it is... And I'm not saying Gemma's reading all have to do with my reading. I'm not. But I find it really, really interesting that we had silence and now we have a King of Swords. She's fantastic. But if you watch her Cancer readings, she will talk about, oh, here he is again, the King of Swords. He's like almost like a year he's been showing up in the Cancer readings. But then he goes back away and then he comes back in, which feels like this energy. And, swords are thoughts, they're words. So you're possibly offering a cup of love while they're coming back in. But are they coming back in truthful? Because that's what we want from the King of Swords. He's direct. But he's probably not all warm and fuzzy with his words. But if he's coming back with truth, that's a good thing, right? Or... is this the third energy? Is there 4 energies on here? I think for some of you, we are talking about you letting go of this person and someone else coming in and you thinking, let me try. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. This is trying to overcome the unrequited love. The thing that you wanted, there's 3 in front of you. You really want this one up here. Again, we're a little jaded. And again, we have a skull. Very interesting, this reading. This was upside down. Really trying to enjoy what's being put in front of you. For some of you, this is something else that's coming that like you kind of know. I think for some of you, it's your person coming back, but not maybe the way that you want them to, but they're back. But you're not the Queen of Cups, you're the Knight of Cups. We have the Two of Cups here. There's simpatico. You can have simpatico. I mean, Bridges of Madison County, Castaway. You can have magic with somebody that you cannot let go. It's like a ghost. You cannot, that connection will never be rivaled. And then still have simpatico with another person, but it's not what you, the ultimate, you know, win would be to have simpatico and have the life with that connection that can never be riled. This is half and half. For some of you, this is a new person, and it'll do. It's nice. It's 2 cups. I almost can't wait to do next month's reading to see. I can't wait to do next. I rarely say that. Now, what's interesting is over on their side with the it's time. They've done their introspection. It's time. It's time. Right? Because now you might be like cuffed up, partnered up, situated up over here. And now all of a sudden, it's time. And what do they come with? What's that guy? Ace of Swords. Right through the crown chakra. It is, do you see the mist around it? Do you see the shock waves? They're getting hit with their epiphanies. 3 of Cups in reverse. Listen, if they were in a third party or ever putting you in a third party situation, that is ending. It makes me wonder if the 6 of Swords turned the other way, but the 3 of Cups is now on its way out, whether it's completely ending or it's just on its way out. But here's the thing that I went, stop it. When you have a 10 of 1, what you want coming up next at some point in the future of the reading, in the process, in the progress of the reading, you want the Ace. Ending, new beginning. Now, the timing seems like a bitch if I gotta be truthful. I don't think I feel like this is like watching a movie that like they leave you on a cliffhanger so they can give you like the part 2. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of healing. There's a lot of evolution. The timing seems a little off. But what's interesting, and I like this, is it doesn't feel like this person's coming back because there's somebody else. It feels like they were already on their way. So what I don't like is somebody shows up for you here and then they're coming back in the future, you know, because they see somebody else is here, because that's not usually genuine. But this seems to be like they were on their way back anyway. I feel like I look like a Muppet. I'm a Muppet of a man. Am I a man? Am I a Muppet? If you know, you know. I changed my mind. I don't want those. What is the big lesson for Cancer here that you can hold on to? The little thing, because there's a lot of big stuff. So what's the little thing that you can like get yourself through the day, every day, day at a time? What do I want to tell me that? What do I want to tell me that? Almost did Into the Lonely Woods. I'm not doing it. This is enough. This is enough. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So we want to see. Y'all watch me shuffle. It's like, I think it's called Rear View, and it's by Madison somebody. I think it's called Rear View. Oh, I have low battery. I better hurry up. Madison somebody. I hope it's Madison. Hold on. I'm going to tell you. Madison Ryan Ward, but Ryan has two N's. Madison Ryan Ward, but Madison has two N's. Hopefully that was helpful. Okay. So you got the Yod card. I want to say this came out Friday night, but this is destiny. So this whole thing is destiny. Let's see. I feel like that's not enough of... But let me not jump to conclusions. Maybe read it. Okay. Here we go, kids. Hopefully I can see it. All right. A person often meets their destiny on the road they took to avoid it. Wow. Do we need to read more than that? I don't know. The ancients believed that the Yod was an area of fate in the chart, and not a particularly favorable one. Also called the Eye of God and the Finger of God, the Yod is a peculiar astrological configuration in the chart. It is a triangle formed by two planets 60 degrees apart, while both are 150 degrees from a third planet. This creates a thin pie-shaped aspect. The Yod configuration is linked to the Hebrew alphabet Yod, or Yud. The 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet has mystical implications signifying the omnipresence of God and often denoting humility because the energy is locked in that triangular configuration, causing matters to be fated and often feel difficult but not without their rewards. Wow. This is destined, but not without its rewards. Juan is Yoda. Juan is a lot of things. We love him. Guys, I mean... Gosh, if this resonates, please leave me a comment. Obviously, like liking and sharing. I would love to grow this community because I think we actually do like a lot of good work. Especially, I'm gonna do more inner healing things, like the walkthroughs, so that you guys can just use them again and again. For when you feel something come up, and then once you do that walkthrough a couple of times, you'll just know how to do it. Because I want you to have power and empower you guys to, make a trauma informed, support, safe environment for yourself, and know when to not push, And to have things that you can take little by little or put on pause and come back to. But also I think what I might do is some like nightly things to go with it. So like after you do a big healing walkthrough, you could have like something nightly to listen to, just to kind of maintenance. And hi, Miss Cake. Put your name on it. So I really love this community. I appreciate all of you so much. But even if you share, I say this all the time, even if you guys just press the share and the copy link, YouTube doesn't know what you do with it. They just know your intention is to share. You could share it with yourself. Like, they're not tracking your computer to the point where they know where you then just drop that link. They just know you're picking it up. So if I do it, it doesn't count for anything. But we're getting there. We're growing. I mean, I think I remember I was like, if we can just get to 500 viewers, and now we're into 700. 1,000, I'm having that Zoom block party. I wasn't kidding about that. So if you're just joining me, when I get to 1,000 viewers, I'm going to have a private Zoom party. That's going to be like a block party. Happy birthday, Jamie. And I'm grateful for all of you. And we're really going to have a good time when we do that. Because that is my thank you. And then I'm going to have a smaller party with the people that are like 500 or 600 and under. Because you guys are the base of the tree. All right, guys, I am going to eat something and goes because my feet hit the ground again tomorrow morning. Hit the ground running. Oh my God. Can you imagine a private Zoom where I don't have to worry about like what music I play, if it has copyrights? Yes. All right. Well, thank you for being, this community is everything to me, especially. And I love you. Know you love you. I'll see you all Saturday, or I'll see you Friday night. Bye.